All right, so classification of living things. You actually have two pieces of paper. So if you could glue them front and back, and then there's going to be one blank piece. You can see mine's kind of coming apart. So you're going to actually glue them together. I gotta glue mine a little bit better. And then glue the blank page. So it's going to be kind of like a book. Like that. Okay. It's going to be like a book on classification. So go ahead and do that. Okay. All right. Here we go. Classification is grouping things together that are alike. So when you're classifying things, you're putting them in different groups. How do we classify plants and animals? We can classify living things by vertebrae and invertebrate. Vertebrae means an organism with a backbone. Like humans. And an invertebrate, I put in front of it, means not an organism without a backbone, like a jellyfish. Okay. So vertebrates can be classified. So we're going to take vertebrates right now. They can be classified in 5 different groups. So let's talk about those groups. Lives in water. An amphibian lives in water and on land. Amphibians live on water and on land. They have moist, smooth skin. They have jelly-covered eggs. And they are considered cold-blooded, meaning their body does not control its own temperature. If they're warm, they have to go in the water to cool off. If they're too cold, then they have to go in the sun to warm up. Okay. So reptiles. They lay eggs. They have thick, dry, scaly skin. They live on land, most of their life on land. Yes, some can go in the water, but most of their life is on land. And they are also considered cold-blooded, meaning they do not regulate their own temperature. The next one is fish. So that's reptiles. Now we have fish. Most have scales. They lay eggs in the water. They breathe through gills. And they are also cold-blooded. So far we have amphibians, reptiles, and fish. So we said we had 5, so we have 2 more. The next one is birds. Most can fly. They have feathers and wings. They're also hatched from eggs. And they are warm-blooded, so they do not have to regulate their own temperature. Their body regulates itself. So they won't, if they get too overheated, they can't really do much about it. They have to, temperature-wise, as much as one that is cold-blooded. Their body regulates their temperature, so if they go somewhere that's really cold, their body tries to warm up itself. Mammals have fur or hair on their bodies. They have live young, so we don't lay eggs. Humans are mammals, so no eggs. Produce milk for the babies, and warm-blooded. Humans are considered mammals. The next one is non-vertebrates. They have no backbone. So let's learn about the one kind of invertebrates that we'll be talking about. It is not the only kind of invertebrates. You can call them invertebrates or invertebrates. Okay. They have jointed legs, so you can see that they bend. Jointed meaning bend. We learned about joints earlier. They had divided bodies. They're in different sections. They have a hard outer skeleton. And remember we talked about this? It's called an exoskeleton. We talked about that when we did our skeletal unit. So that is how we classify animals. Like I said, there's many more invertebrates. Like when we talk about jellyfish and other snails and other animals. But right now we're just talking about arthropods. And then there's the amphibians, reptiles, fish, birds, and mammals. So that is how we're talking about classifying animals.